Hey everybody, how you doing? Paul McLeish here. I am the bucket list hiker, which is easy for me to say. Well, it's a beautiful sunny day in Florida here on the 23rd of November, and it's actually gorgeous weather. It was cold this morning down in the it was like 47 degrees this morning, but it's in the high 60s at the moment, so it's beautiful. Anyway, why am I standing here? Well, I have a tent, which is the Helm Comapct 2, which I'm going to be reviewing today. By Wild Country, by Terra Nova. I guess Wild Country is the company, by Terra Nova. Again, I think Terra Nova used to be a company, then Wild Country bought Terra Nova. I'm not too sure. Anyway, the thing is with this tent, it's won a lot of reviews for being one of the best two-man tents in the United Kingdom. It's from the United Kingdom. It's not. You can't buy this one in the United States yet, as far as I know. I had to actually buy this online. It cost me $90. It's about £75, I think. That's pounds sterling to get things shipped, but it was well worth it. I've used Terra Nova Wild Country products for the past 8 years and I love them. I had a Zephyros one for the longest time, loved it, and I decided to get this tent. No, I'm not sponsored by this company at all. However, if you do want to send me some tents across to America, I'll talk about this plug because they make great tents. Anyway, let me get into actually reviewing this tent. The tent itself is a two-man tent. It weighs 2.38 kilograms, that's 5.5 ounces, 5 pounds 5 ounces. Fly sheets 4,000 millimeters. Hydrostatic, I think, and the poles are Superflex alloy. And without further ado, let me start putting this thing up so you can have a look at it, and I'll talk about the tent when it's up. We've got the tent spread out behind me here. Before I actually start erecting the tent, it's very easy to put up. You've basically got two poles, blue ones and red ones, and basically you put them all together. Very simple, just put together, okay. And they made it real simple because on the tent itself, you see these little tabs. You could just bring it. This one's got a blue tab on it. That's where the blue pole goes. And this one has a red tab on it. That's where the red one goes. And it really is that simple. Tent goes up. So I'm going to put it up in a second. Before I do that, I'll talk the actual pegs. The tent pegs ascend are like a 6-inch peg, and they're pretty good actually. I've got absolutely nothing bad to say about them. I mean, if you're in 85-mile-an-hour winds, you probably need bigger ones. That's why I bought the 10-inch version. You can actually buy these online. These are made in China, I think, and they're 10 inches. And really, I use these all the time versus these. Not that there's anything wrong with these, just that these give you more dig into the ground, so if it's windy outside you've got a little bit more support in there. Just my own personal preference. I've also got these big behemoths which I always use when I go to Scotland. These are 12-inch and I usually put one either side of the guy. So I've got these down for really big heavy winds, and I have these in for support. Just my personal preference, but this is what is in the bag when they set the tent out. So let me put the tent up. Ta-da! The tent is up. I've used it twice. I've actually been in it twice, and it's Florida, so obviously it's not like Scotland. You've got like massive winds and rain and stuff. But it did rain. Very comfortable tent. Holds 2 people pretty well. I mean, I'll show you the inside in a second, but we just show the outside. So you've got the red pole and you've got the blue pole. Crossover, and that's it. Again, beauty of this tent, like other Terra Nova tents, the inside is connected to the outside, so when you put it up they all go together, which means if it's pouring down a rain, you just open this thing out, the outside's getting wet, you pop it up, the inside's dry. It's a beautiful thing. I don't know why more tent makers don't do that, but hey, there must be a reason for it. So anyway, this is the tent. You've got vents one side, another vent on the other. Great vents, they don't get wet, because that was one of my questions. I went online and did a little research on, does this vent get wet when there's wind and rain against it? And I've known one person says it does. So the actual vent itself's about here in the tent, so you got a downpour, it's not going to bounce up. It's a 3-season tent. You wouldn't think it because it goes right to the ground. Well, about an inch off the bottom. I've seen videos and I've talked to people who've had this tent out in like the Lake District in England in December with snow and stuff, and it does fine. By all accounts, it handles up to 50-60 mile-an-hour winds as well, no problem. I've seen a few videos of that. So as I say, it's won a lot of accolades in the United Kingdom. So anyway, that's the outside of the tent. Let me show you the inside. It's actually, this is the Helm 2, so it's got doors either side, front and the other side. Let me show you around it because it's a pretty cool tent. Oh, the reason I went for a 2-man tent for the Cape Wrath, for me, I will probably take about 3.5 weeks because I'm taking my time, and I want a lot of space to store my gear, hang stuff up and just relax. So I went for the 2 versus the 1. Yeah, it's slightly heavier, but honestly the weight's not that bad. It's about 2 pounds more, and honestly I'd rather have the extra 2 pounds in comfort than be crammed into the 1-man tent. So yeah, let me show you real quick. This is the front door here. It's got a nice little clip here which will stop it flapping around, so you've got a clip at the bottom. Also what you do is you can just roll this up and it clips off to the side here, and your door is happily clipped apart. So you've got that. Come on in. Alright, so as you can see, you've got a nice vestibule here where you can store stuff. You've also got another vestibule on the other side, which I'll show you in a second. But this door, all you do is you crumple it up, okay? And if you want to, can you just bring the camera around a bit here? I'll give it to me. There you go. Lisa's helping me to deal with the camera. So if you see here from the side, there you go. All you do is you just fold this up, put it in that little pocket there. He says do it with 1 arm, okay? And your door's wide open. Simple as that. Back to you. Alright, Lisa. Now, if you want to show it, at least if you just want to show inside, it's big. It's huge. I mean, I can spread out in here. I'm 5'10". I've got at least an extra foot above me here to spread out with. I've also, if you sit up, I've got, now I don't have my pad in here, but it's about a good 10 inches above, so you can actually sit up in this thing as well. So there's bags of room. There's storage. If you don't want to just point pan at the side here, you've got a nice storage area here as well as the other side as well. And over here you have the other door, okay? The other door's right here, and you again just pop that in there and it'll get rid of everybody's road. It's quite simple. It's a wonderful tent. Nice, big, airy. Got plenty of ventilation vents either side here. Yeah, and it's I can't say much about it other than that. I mean, it's really difficult to think of anything bad about this tent, to tell you the truth. It's you know, the only bad thing was getting it shipped across America. Yeah, hopefully the bad thing about this tent is they don't have any dealerships, or they don't seem to have any dealerships in the United States. If I'm wrong, tell me where those dealerships are, because I couldn't find any. Anyway, let me show you the outside again. Terra Nova, Wild Country by Terra Nova. Tents for about 8 years now, and I'll be real honest, the materials they use is just top class. I mean, they do a great job of sealing all the seams. I had a Zephyros one, which I did the West Highland Way 7 times on. I did Glencoe multiple times. I've done the Cape Wrath Trail, the first half of it. I've done a ton of hiking in Scotland. I took it up on the Appalachian Trail to Springer Mountain, Ball Mountain, a load of stuff. Absolute monsoons and all kinds. I mean, seriously bad weather, and that tent just didn't budge. It didn't care. That was the Zephyros one. This is just the big daddy of the Zephyros one. It's a 2-man tent. So I really can't say anything bad about this company. They're just really good at what they do. Alright, so the other reason why I love this, and I also love the Zephyros one as well, is you're on the mountain, it's pouring down a rain, it's yucky weather, you're cold, you're freezing, you just want to get this thing into this bag, into your backpack, and get the heck out of the mountain. Well, I guess they kind of must have sat down and figured that out, because there's a really cool bag it comes in. and let me show you how it works. So you've got your tent here, pouring down the rain. All you do is this, you just basically make your tent into a nice little elongation, all right? And you're just gonna literally go like this, right? And you're gonna roll it up into a nice little ball, okay? And you're gonna very subtly just stuff it into this. Who cares? Stuff that sucker in there, okay? You don't have to be too gentle with it because this is great tough material. All right, pop it in there like that. So it's in the bag now. And all you do is, on the side of the bag, there is a drawstring, okay? And you also have a flap in here as well. At least there was last time I looked. There it is. You got your flap, you cover it over, and then you just pull the drawstring, and there's your bag all nicely packed away. Okay, and another thing you can do is it's still got two ties on it with clips and adjusters. So you just pop those two ties on, and your tent is easily packed away. It's a great little cinch bag, it really is. You can cinch that, you can cinch it up really, really tight. I'm not going to do that now. And that's the bag itself. So when it comes down to tents and my review on this, I've done loads of research on this thing online, and having now put it up about 7 or 8 times just doing this, and also having it out a couple of days in the wild, I'll be real honest, I can't think of anything bad to say about it. I'll give it 3 thumbs up.